everyone, I hope you all are safe at home. In this video today, I'll be explaining you about the first law of motion. But before going to explain the first law of motion, I would like to explain you about the word inertia. What inertia is? Inertia is the ability of a body to resist the change in its state of motion. That means if a body is at rest, it will prefer to be at rest. And if the body is in motion, it will remain in motion, or it will prefer to remain in motion. So what do you think? All objects have the same amount of inertia? Because all objects have the same tendency to resist the change in its state of motion? Well, it's not right, because the inertia depends upon the mass of an object. As you all can see, there are the two books on the table. One book is the lighter as compared to the other one, as you all can see on the table. So, which one do you think is easier to move? Of course, the lighter one. Why is it? Because the inertia depends upon the mass of an object, because the heavier book has the strong tendency to resist the change in its state of motion. That's why assume that if I'm applying the equal amount of force on both the books. Now, what happens if I apply the equal amount of force on both the books? Then the lighter books will move fastest as compared to the other one. That is because the inertia depends upon the mass of an object, and the lighter one has the weaker tendency to resist the change in its motion as compared to the heavier object. Hence, this is all about the inertia. That's why the first law of motion is also known as the first law of inertia. Hence, what the first law of motion states that? First law of motion states that if a body is in motion, it will remain in motion, and the body is at rest, it will remain at rest until and unless there is no external force applied on the body. That is the condition. We can explain this with the help of a small activity. You all can see that there is a bottle, empty bottle, and a piece of paper and a coin, 5 rupees coin. You all can see that. Now, if I put the coin on the paper, now you all can see that coin and the paper both are at rest. What if I move the paper? The paper will be at motion and the coin will remain at rest. According to the first law of motion, the coin will resist the change in its state of motion. Hence proved. That means the coin resists the change in its state of motion. Coin prefer to be at rest. That's all about the first law of motion. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.